Morning all, it's Bob from Greybeard Models, and just got a new box to unbox. So let's get over to the green mat and we'll have a look at this new kit. Well, this arrived in the post the other day. I know it's not a new kit, but it's new to me. AFV Club Valentine Mark II. I want this really to be the load for when I build the Scammell Tank Transporter. It's AFV Club kit number AF35185. It comes complete with a workable suspension system, two kinds of turrets, two kinds of side skirts. Comes with an external fuel tank assembly in option. Choose to model AA gun with box magazine or a drum magazine. Clear parts for all the periscopes and precision photo etch parts are included. It's a really nice kit. I've pulled the instructions out to have a look at those, because pretty much it's the first thing I looked at. So let's have a look at the kit, and I'll be back to you shortly. So the instructions come on sort of typical, I suppose, A4 black printed, black and white printed stapled booklet. A bit of a history on the vehicle and about its time, mainly in North Africa. I bought this from a company called Gibney Models here in the UK through eBay, and look, they were pretty good, very neat prices, and yeah, delivery was great. So the instructions here, I think this is Taiwanese or whatever, gives you a colour call out here using guns, hobby colour and Mr. colour, Humbrol, Revel and Life colour. We'll see a few neat pictures of the different types of Valentines, which is quite nice to have, and then it goes straight into the assembly of the hull. You've got all the various parts of the hull. It looks a fairly straightforward build in terms of that, until you get to these vents and things, then onto the wheels and the suspension. The wheels look really nice. I like it when the wheels are complex, not just one moulding, so that you've got a number of component parts to make the wheel and give the wheel that a proper sort of depth. A lot of tank models that don't have good wheels, it sort of lack something. Don't know what I'm trying to say there. Well, I do, but and then you go on to the suspension, and then the assembly of the suspension in preparation for the wheels. It's a really good representation of the wheels on a Valentine. And then you've got that and the assembly of the tracks. And I do know that the tracks on this kit are actually like a rubber plastic, so we'll have a look at that, but we'll have to be careful with that, using an appropriate glue, because sometimes those plastic rubber tires, rubber tracks, if you attack them with extra thin or something too hot, they just melt, and that's not really what you want, is it? So then it goes through the assembly of the various skirts, and so then adding the various detail elements onto the skirts and the side of the hull. There's some really nice detail parts going on this. You can see here the various brackets and what have you, rear view mirrors and things. So really quite a good, complicated little kit, really. And then you've got to adding in the tools, and it gives you a little colour call out here with the tools, which is quite a nice idea. sort of remind you when you get there later on. Spare tanks, and then start putting the turret together with the mantlet there, and then the breech assembly added in there, and then assembling the turret around the breech and the mantlet, which is quite a neat touch. And then finally, you know, adding in the gun. It actually comes with a metal gun, you know, turned aluminium gun, and you've got your sort of machine gun mounted on the top of the turret, and you've got the options there of having either the drum or the magazine, so which is cool. And then the colour callouts, which unfortunately are in black and white, gives you I think it was 6 options. Yeah, 6 options there. One for 8th Royal Tank Regiment, North Africa, late 41 to 42, basically in stone with the colours on the side there. February 42, just in middle sort of stone colour, and then later on the 23rd Armoured Brigade at Tripoli with the sand khaki colour combination, and then again with the 66th Tank Battalion, 16th Armoured Brigade and the Polish 1st Corps in Scotland. 1941 is where the 1st Corps were over in Scotland actually training, and this is just a khaki green colour. And then the 1st Battalion, 1st New Zealand Army Tank Brigade, Pukekohe in New Zealand, 1943, and middle stone and khaki green. This is in preparation for them to ship these against the Japanese. So yeah, interesting. And then the 8th Royal Tank Regiment in Libya, November 1941, and this is the sort of what looks a really weird camouflage scheme, which is middle stone with the azure blue and sand, which is an interesting colour scheme. I might even attempt that. I've not actually painted anything in that colour scheme before, so that might be a good one. Yeah, why not? And then at the rear of the instructions, there's a parts list, you know, sprue maps and stuff, to help you out there. Well, let's have a look at the plastic parts. Oh, hit the camera. Sorry about that. Let's see the plastic parts. One of the things I would like to say is it's actually quite good. Most of the sprues are in their own bags, with certain exceptions, but they're actually in their own individual bags, which is really nice. But I'll get them out of the bags, and then we'll sort of have less worry about that, and then I'll come back to you. Alright, so let's have a look at the parts. So the first thing that I pulled out of the box after unbagging everything is the tracks, and as you can see, these are, you know, the rubber tracks that we've seen on so many kits. I've never had an AFV club kit before, so I really have no experience of building these, although my brother Pete has, and I take a lot of advice from him. But there's the tracks. I mean, the mouldings look good. It's whether or not, when the joins are put together, whether or not they'll hold up, but we'll see. So let's get on to the plastic parts, and this is the first sprue that comes out. This is sprue F. Oh, why not? This is as you can tell, is parts of the turret. Very interested to see that on the top of this turret here, there's some vent holes along here, and I don't know if this will pick it up, but they're actually minute holes right the way through. So that's interesting. There's going to be a bit of a pain if they fill up with paint as you paint them, but some really nice casting detail here on the side of the turret there, and the breech there. The parts seem to be moulded really well. Can't see an issue really with any sort of things like ejector pin marks or anything like that. And it does look like it might go together really well. Well, picked up 2 sprues here. Let's go with this one. This is the interesting one. This has got the radio comms stuff. Standard radio for British tanks of the period. Other bits and pieces there. There's the shovel. There's the drum for the sort of Bren gun. What it is, the submachine gun that's mounted on top, that's there. And then you've got the guns here, which are quite cool. But again, the moulding's really good. No flash. Nice. So the machine guns, let's get back in shot. The machine guns are slide moulded, so they're actually drilled already, which is cool. This is sprue N. It looks like some storage bins for the chassis, or for the hull. Again, really nice mouldings. A lot along here. Let's get into shot. Really nice mouldings here. Really good stuff there. These are all parts of the hull, as you can see. Tiny little bit of flash on this wheel. Or is it one of the pivots where the idler wheels are, but just a little bit of flash there. Again, no ejector pin marks in places that would be seen, so it looks like the majority of those ejector pin marks won't need to be dealt with. There's some very interesting sort of wood grain effect there on top of that box. Don't know what that is yet until I start getting in there. And there's some good texture around here on these parts. These are all casting parts. Really nice. Actually really nice detail. That's good. These sort of brackets here, which are quite fine, they've survived. This is the main hull with some really good, you know, I suppose screw holes, bolt holes, whatever, rivet detail along on the hull. Very good. Bit of dust there, but yeah, very good indeed. I am looking forward to building this actually. Mind you, I say that about every kit that I get. Don't know about you guys, but you know when you get a new kit in the stash and you think, oh yeah, that's going to be really cool to build that, and then for one reason or another you go on and build something else, or you get another kit and you build that one instead. But you know, that's how it goes, isn't it? Again, really good mould details here. Excellent work. I'm really quite impressed with this. I was told that these AFV kits are good quality, and yeah, it looks like they are. Yeah, there's a tiny bit of flash in the middle of that mould in there, but nothing serious. I mean, you scrape that away with the back of a blade. And again, some really nice moulding. I do like the way that the sprues are protected. There's on this sprue here, you've got a couple of lugs there and 4 in the middle, and that sort of protects all of these parts that are sort of angled. Do you think you see that? They're sort of angled there, so rather than get them you know, any damage there, that's really cool. And Couple more sprues to go. That's the repeats of the sprue I just went through, and that's equally as well done. Small hole parts there from the for the skirts. Again, really nicely moulded. I like this plastic, it's really hard. Really nice plastic. So that should go together really nicely, I think. Alright, now we get on to the wheels. So the wheel mouldings are really good. Really quite nicely done. And again, you see, they've created a sort of protective series of pegs around the corner there to protect the pin that's on that sprocket. So really nice touches, you know, engineering wise. Really nice touches. Same on this one. This is just a repeat of the last sprue. The clear parts for all the periscopes I've left in the bag. So you've got the ring round the cupola there, and then a series of periscopes here. Various other clear parts. Interested to see exactly what they are, but yeah, nice to have clear periscopes. And there's a four looks like spare track links for the hull, and that's the aluminium or aluminum turned barrel. Really nice, really nice. Finally, this is the bag with the photo etch. I won't undo this because this is where all the decals are, so I don't really want to open them, you know, and get those in any problems, although they do look interesting. There seems to be raised areas there, but we'll have a look at that at some time. And then there's the photo etch parts, various brackets and whatnot. So all in all, yeah, really cool. Really pleased with that kit. Keep an eye out on the channel once I start to build on that, which shouldn't be too long. Got a couple of things I want to finish. You've got the Vindicator finish a few more of the US Marine figures, but and then I'll decide whether or not I'm going to do this or the Panzer, the Mini Art Panzer, or this one. Not sure. Yeah, or I might do something entirely different. We'll see. Anyway, if you stuck with it this far, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. As I said before, appreciate all your support and all your comments. If you do like it, please like and subscribe. And if you don't like it, tick I don't like it. I mean, you know, whatever. Let's be honest about this. And I'll see you again soon. Take it easy. Bye for now.